You seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best superhero films that opt for a darker, more realistic take on superpowered vigilantism. There will be few spoilers.
It's time.
Number 10, Dredd.
Take it this is your first time in non-sim combat.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering when you'd remember you left your helmet behind.
Sir, a helmet can interfere with my psychic abilities.
Think a bullet might interfere with them more.
This Dredd continuation is full of dread, all right? Set in a post-apocalyptic future, the story follows the superpowered Judge Dredd as he fights and captures the drug lord Madeline Mama Madrigal. He is helped by new recruit and protege Cassandra Anderson. Filled with corrupt judges, drugs, and gratuitous violence, Dredd is an unsparing in its bleak, desolate vision of a crime-ridden metropolis.
Comms are down too.
Shielding must be blocking our transmissions. We'll head for the med center.
Dredd, along with other judges, is a law unto himself, acting as both jury, judge, and executioner with extrajudicial beatings thrown in there for good measure. The film's cynicism and down-to-earth view of crime fighting is a marked contrast compared to other sunnier superhero films.
Neutral? You're not neutral, you're choosing sides.
Peace Trees has been sealed by blast doors designed to withstand attack. No one's getting out.
Number 9, The Punisher.
Where have you been?
It's been 5 months since my family was killed. I don't see one man in jail.
Obviously, you're upset.
Upset? Is that the word?
Bribery, police brutality, and indiscriminate murder make this film truly punishing to watch. The Punisher follows FBI agent Frank Castle in his endeavor to bring Howard Saint, a brutal mafia boss, to justice. In return, Saint orders a successful hit on Castle's entire family. Castle is no saint either, or rather, too much like Saint.
Ignorance is no excuse. The man who's responsible for my son's death must die.
In his quest for vengeance, he turns Saint against his henchman, Glass, and kills every one of Saint's members at his club. A bleakly realistic take on retaliatory violence, the film eschews the usual romance of Kostra Nostra honor code for a more blurred take on superheroes. Who is the real hero and villain here?
You don't know me. You don't owe me anything. I've brought you nothing but trouble. Why are you ready to die for me? Neither of us. Either one of us.
Number 8, Chronicle.
No, I just want to record all the stuff that we can do, you know?
Yeah, but it's like all the time. You don't feel like it's a little weird, like it puts a barrier between you and everything else?
What happens when a mistreated teen gets supernatural power? According to this 2012 film, it's nothing at all good. Regular teens Andrew, Matt, and Steve gain telekinetic powers when they come across a mysterious glowing crystal.
Even last night, I got my whole bed off the ground. No nosebleed.
Yeah, I've been lifting weights too.
This is my theory, though, is that it's like a muscle. Like, it's elastic. If you stretch it too far too quick, it'll tear.
Instead of using these powers for heroics, they use them to play pranks on people. While Matt and Steve shy away from the more deadly uses of their powers, Andrew's intentions turn dark quickly. It's a realistic take on the usual superhero fairy tale, showing how the victimized can turn others into victims.
You do not feel guilty when you squash a fly. And I think that means something. I just think that really means something.
Number 7, Blade.
She's been bitten. Should have killed her then. Yeah, I know. But I didn't.
This bloody vampire tale is one of the first dark superhero films, definitely ahead of its time. The film follows Blade, a human-vampire hybrid who hunts down vampires with his abilities.
You have a lot of love for him, don't you?
We have a good arrangement. He makes the weapons. I use them.
From there, he has to contend with grisly vampire attacks, a vampire council, a corrupt police officer on the side of vampires, and a plot to use Blade's own blood for a ritual, summoning the blood god Lamagra. While Blade doesn't suffer the usual weaknesses of vampires, he still craves blood. And the cure of it, he ultimately rejects in favor of continuing his fanatical vampire hunting. This is an anti-hero indeed.
Frost. You're nothing to me.
Number 6, RoboCop.
What are your prime directives?
Serve the public trust,
protect the innocent, uphold the law.
The extreme ultra-violence of this film even led to a shortened and modified version. But RoboCop is more than just violent. It is an astute critique of corporate greed and the consequences of unrestrained police power. When police officer Alex Murphy is shot, he gets a new life as a cyborg via robotics.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
As RoboCop, he is programmed to serve the corporation OCP, now in charge of the Detroit police, and called to investigate executive Bob Morton's mysterious death. As it turns out, this mystery goes all the way to the top, and RoboCop must circumvent his directives. It's a grim vision of corporate authoritarianism against human justice.
Your move, creep.
Number 5, V for Vendetta.
I can assure you I mean you no harm.
Who are you?
Who? Who is but the form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask.
Well, I can see that.
Remember the 5th of November. Inspired by the real-life gunpowder plot, the film concerns vengeful vigilante V as he fights against the corporate fastest rulers Northfire through murder and timely bombing. On November 5th, he invites the whole of London to resist Northfire and witness his bombing of the Parliament.
It appears that unforeseen circumstances have accelerated my original plan. As a result, I'm in need of someone with some theatrical skill.
I'll do my best.
I believe you will.
V is no saint though. Going beyond just murder, he proves himself unscrupulous in waging war against Northfire and puts innocent people like Avery Hammond in harm's way. V for Vendetta blurs the line between activism and vengeance considerably, complicating the usual moral quandary.
Now, would you have a bullet and the hope that when your guns are empty, I'm no longer standing? Because if I am, you'll all be dead before you've reloaded.
Number 4, Unbreakable.
Have you ever had any heart or asthma problems in the past?
No.
Kidney or renal problems?
No.
In most typical superhero films, it is obvious that the protagonist has gained powers. This M. Night Shyamalan film, however, complicates this trope. David Dunn begins to suspect his powers only when he finds himself the sole survivor of a train accident.
How certain are you that you've never taken ill?
75%?
Well, that's not certain at all, is it? That's hole number 1.
Fragile art gallerist Elijah Price believes Dunn is unbreakable, with not only superhuman strength, but an extrasensory ability to know the crimes people have committed just by touching them. Dunn's attempt at typical vigilantism gets mixed results. In a twist ending, he realized that becoming a hero isn't so black and white. It's a dark vision indeed.
You put too much. That's 250 pounds.
How much can you lift?
That's the most I ever lifted.
Number 3, Watchmen.
This city's afraid of me. I've seen its true face. The streets are extended gutters, and the gutters are full of blood.
This adaptation of Alan Moore's renowned comic is one of the darkest takes on superhero vigilantism yet. In a world where superheroes have essentially become illegal, Rorschach and his team attempt to solve the mystery of Edward Blake's murder, only for Rorschach to get arrested instead and Dr. Manhattan to be set up as well.
I said, leave me alone!
Even after it's revealed who the true mastermind is, the film doesn't simplify itself to a traditional good versus evil narrative. Every major character has their morality put to the test. Almost all of them fail, and the ones who stand by their morals pay the price. There are no good guys here.
None of you seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you.
That's it! You're locked in here with me!
Number 2, The Dark Knight.
Time to move in. I'd have to hit all banks simultaneously. SWAT teams, backup. What about this Joker guy? One man or the entire mob? He can wait.
He is the hero Gotham City deserves, and that is perhaps no compliment. The renowned film eschews the usual superhero conventions for more realistic crime drama, becoming the blueprint of modern superhero films like 2022's The Batman. Here, Batman and the Joker's usual cat and mouse games delves into issues of legal and moral corruption, terrorism, the murder of the innocent, and the creation of a whole new villain.
All right, so listen, why don't you give me a call when you want to start taking things a little more seriously? Here's my card.
The film also dares to deliver a bleak ending. Batman has never been your clean-cut hero, but The Dark Knight takes his mythos to a whole new level.
And why do you want to kill me?
kill you? What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Logan.
I know a damn speciation when I see one.
What?
Speciation. New mutant, a young one. There are forces trying to kill them. They want help.
In some ways, it's hard to believe this qualifies as a superhero film at all. If it weren't for the fact that Wolverine is the protagonist, what you'd get is a tragic neo-western about a man protecting a daughter figure, literally it turns out, from corporate bad actors.
One was missing a hand, another one a leg. So they was thinking it was either an escaped tiger or Freddy Krueger.
Logan is an aging mutant taking care of X-Men leader Charles Xavier when he is called to escort a young girl to a refuge, Eden. Laura was created with mutant DNA, intended to be used by the corporation Transigen as a biological weapon. As Logan and Laura fight against Transigen's Reavers, sacrifices are made in one of the toughest superhero films of all time.
You read these in your spare time? Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan. You do know they're all right? I mean, maybe a quarter of it happened, and not like this.
What other dark superhero film do you feel truly gets real? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more WatchMojo videos.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.